What is up, my fellow commanders?
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
And welcome to episode 9 of the Command Center. I feel like they need a name. That we might change it.
They're
but
the Toadette Gang.
the Toadette Gang.
Right
whatever.
now. Right now, they're the Toadette Gang.
Okay,
Of
well,
the like 6 involved people,
yeah, we can work on it. It's a workshop.
It's,
Anyway,
it's a work in progress.
I'm here with CommanderCarr as always.
Hello, hello.
We have Commander Josh.
Hello.
And I'm Commander Brad, and I am here to take us on this journey in this new episode.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
Love it.
First segment, game and media news.
As always.
As always, gotta start off right. Couple movies coming out. Some we'll mention, some we won't, like Dora the Explorer. The first movie coming out is Guillermo del Toro's Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yeah. We watched
Comes
the
out
trailer
this
for
weekend.
this.
We have. You can go back and watch it.
Way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ways
Very
back.
excited. I've been excited about this since it was rumored like 3 or 4 years ago. I've been waiting. I hope it lives up to the hype.
And it's here. I
Kinda-
am kind of bummed it's PG-13.
Yeah, that's why I'm
That is
worried it's
kinda
not going to
bummer.
live up to the hype.
Yeah.
That
I
always
have
makes me
no
nervous.
context, so I will go in
That's good.
fresh-faced.
It might serve you better in that way.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm super
Great.
excited for it. I'll hopefully have time to see it this weekend. Busy week, but we will see. I'm very excited. Hopefully, I'm trying to stay away from all kind of spoilers and reviews, so I can go in
We
just with a fresh,
read the reviews after we watch the movie.
with a fresh take.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if we're spooked out.
Yeah. see if it's spoopy enough.
I think there's a chance. I don't know. Some of the things in the previews, some of the monsters looked cool.
Yeah.
And then other ones I thought looked a little cartoony.
Yeah.
Like the one guy, the twisted man or whatever, that was climbing on the ceiling of the police station. Oops. Unprofessional.
Uh-oh.
What have I done?
Ring the alarm.
Wow.
Ring the alarm.
But yeah, my point remains the same. I think I trust Guillermo del Toro to make cool monsters, but
Yeah.
I just hope the budget was there to make them.
Very true.
Look-
And he isn't directing; he's only producing. So
Right.
You
also-
never know.
You never know. But I have faith in him, and hopefully he won't let us
Great.
down.
In theaters, August 9th.
It is.
As for every one of the movies we're talking about this
That
week.
is true. They all come out this week, so it's the same day. Second movie is another movie we have watched the trailer for on this
Yes.
channel. Is the Peanut Butter Falcon?
It was heartwarming.
Yes, it
and
was.
I'm-
Which one was this
The
one?
Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, the beef. Yeah. Yeah.
The Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
That is literally what LaBeouf translates to.
That
Now,
sounds
does it
about
really?
right.
Yeah, the beef.
the beef.
Shia
the beef.
Yeah, with the kid with Down syndrome,
yeah,
right?
wants to be
Yeah.
a wrestler.
Yeah, that one looked good.
Did look very heartwarming.
Probably-
Probably it'll be a limited release one. You
Yeah,
might
it seems
only
like-
be able to catch it afterwards. Probably.
like a smaller release,
Yeah.
limited release
It
type
might not
deal.
be around here. Sometimes those movies only come out in like LA, New York, and it's kind of hard to find anywhere else.
Right.
True.
But ones you can probably catch on VOD when it comes out later.
Oh
Yeah, I feel like that's probably something that I'll end up watching with my parents.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It looks like a very feel good movie,
Yeah, you
which
get
is
that-
always a
you gotta
good
get
time.
that wholesome content every once in a while.
Yeah.
I love it.
Wholesome content.
that's what we love here on the channel.
Hell yeah. Hashtag wholesome.
Wholesome content and horror movies are
Yeah.
the two
We
things.
need balance.
And dilemma, moral
Yeah,
dilemmas.
We need balance.
The last movie we're going to talk about is The Kitchen.
Ooh.
Takes place in Hell's Kitchen, rumored to be somehow involved in the Marvel universe, kind of. I know it's based off a comic. I think it's a Marvel comic, but don't quote me on it. Pretty
Yeah.
sure. But it stars Tiffany Haddish, Elizabeth Moss, and Melissa McCarthy. They they don't infiltrate. They become members of the mafia. And they try to take down the head men because they're like, hey, we're women and we can run this shit too. That kind of
Interesting.
feel is what it goes. It looked fine.
Yeah, it looks fun.
I don't know. How
Will
I feel.
Daredevil show up?
I don't know.
Luke
That
Cage?
would be crazy. A
Who
little
knows?
tie-in.
Mhm.
I don't know how Tiffany Haddish will do it in a very serious role, but
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know.
It's a serious movie.
Yes, it's a serious movie. It's like a
What about
crime.
Melissa McCarthy in a serious role?
She's an Oscar-nominated actress.
Yeah, she's
From
good.
what?
Can You Ever Forgive Me? That like movie where like it's a real based on a true story where she took the writings of another author and like made it her own, and then eventually got like in trouble for plagiarism.
About that was a good movie.
Yeah, so she has so she can do it.
Okay.
So I'm not worried about her. Obviously, Elizabeth Moss we know can do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like a crime drama for sure.
Oh,
straight
intrigue.
Up.
Is it? So it's tied to Marvel, but it's not necessarily tied to the MCU, right?
It is not an MCU movie whatsoever.
I didn't think it was.
I saw like I think I saw it maybe on the poster, like in the very bottom was like Marvel, something like that. Studios, so not an MCU, but like still somewhat. It's under their umbrella somehow.
Yeah. It's probably a Disney movie at some point. If Marvel's attached to it.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But that movie is also coming out.
Yeah. 90% of movies are Disney movies now, so.
That is very true.
Who knows?
The mouse overlords.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ha
That was much better.
That was way better.
Yours was a very sad one. But that's okay.
I tried.
Well, no really video games coming out this week that we could find. Any notable ones? Anyway.
Yeah, not a lot.
Well, did we talk about Fire Emblem?
Sword Art Online.
We talked about Fire Emblem last time.
Yeah, Sword Art Online was coming out for the Switch.
None of us know what that is. Well, I do know what that is, but
well, we've both watched at least part of it, right?
For what?
Sword Art Online?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I watched the first 2 seasons of it.
I watched most of season 1.
I have not watched any. I've heard it's good, but
Josh told me it got weird.
Really
I remember that. That was back in college. Yeah. It gets super weird. Like
I bailed on
it. It gets real like molesty is the only word for it.
Molesty.
It's just it's one of those anime that has so much fan service where it's like here's a shot that shows this girl's ass for no reason for like 20 seconds and like and then at a certain point I don't know, there's the main girl falls into a coma when everybody else gets out of the game. Are you gonna watch it again?
No, you're
okay.
Like so
she's like, everyone gets out of the game when the main character, whose name I forget's the best video gamer ever, and saves them all from the dev. And she's in a coma, and then the person someone kidnaps her or something and has her comatose body while she's still in the game. And he's like, I just remember this scene where he's like drooling and like fondling her tits, and she's like a child. She's like in her like mid-teens. And I'm like, I saw that and I'm like, I can't watch this anymore. Good conscience.
Good.
And we're done.
So I bailed. But that game is coming out for the Switch.
Yeah. Hooray!
One of it, I don't know. Sword Art Online
something.
Subtitle.
Yeah, something.
I mean, it sounded, I don't know. The show was right up my alley at first.
The first half was pretty cool.
Yeah, the first season's really not bad. Like it's
impromptu Sword Art Online.
That's what we're known for here, people. The tangents. Woo! But we'll jump right into our trailers, movie trailers. First one from Sam Mendes, director of Skyfall. We have 1917.
Oh. Now we have this nice little
pre-trailer
to the trailers because they're all on social media now.
That is a thing now.
That's how you get people. It's like, oh, it's the trailer for the thing, and then like, oh, here's the actual trailer for the thing.
I just saw that scene, but you show it to me
this
again.
is really cool.
Yeah, it does.
As we were saying, it seems to be the first like World War I movie in a really long time.
In a while,
in a long
big budget
time.
one looks like too.
Yeah,
which is cool because they really do play heavy into the World War II stuff all the time.
World War II and
World War II
Vietnam are kind of overdone.
Yeah, so it's nice to kind of do World War I.
Do something different.
Yeah, they got some notable names: Colin Firth and the Cumberbatch. And I can't remember what this kid is from. This kid, he looks.
He looks familiar. I know you talk about
this main kid right
Gotcha.
here. I don't know this one to the right. I can't.
He does. Look
he's Tommen.
That's Tommen. There it is.
Wow.
Game of Thrones.
Good call.
There it is.
I was like, I know he looks. Yep, that's totally Tommen.
It is. Dang.
Little
he doesn't have blonde hair, so it's throwing me off. Yeah, that is true. All right, so they got some big names in here.
Yeah.
I think World War I has the potential for some really tense moments that World War II didn't have because of all the tunnels and tight spaces and all that shit that they had to deal with.
Like that.
Yeah, crawling through the trenches full of bodies, all the sicknesses and It was before the Geneva Convention, so they were using horrible like chemicals on each
This
other.
is like I mean, like I said, it's the very first world
dirty
war. That's never, no one had ever encountered anything like this before. So it's all new. You know, it's crazy.
I saw a comic one time where like a time traveler goes back, and he's like talking to someone from World War I about the war, and he's like, he calls it World War One. He's like, what do you mean World War One?
What do you mean World War One?
That's funny.
Yeah, that looks really good. What did Sam Mendes know? It's Skyfall.
Skyfall. I think that was his big one.
That's his big one.
I'm not sure what he did before that.
So I know you're like, it's the next Sam Mendes movie, and I'm like, yeah.
I really like Skyfall.
Yeah,
I did know
good.
Skyfall's like great.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's probably the best one out of all the Daniel Craig.
Yeah, that one and Casino Royale. Very good.
Casino Royale a close second, a very close second.
What happened to Adele?
Who knows?
She stopped making. Well, she had a family. She had a kid.
Oh, okay.
And then got married, so she's like doing that now,
Right.
I guess.
Maybe.
She's doing the whole family.
She's doing
thing.
the whole mom thing, and then she's
Right.
gonna come back in like 5 years. And
Yeah, but she has not made any music.
She's the one who did the Skyfall song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always
Yeah.
have just bomb music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
James
opening
Bond is such an institution.
James Bond openings are
So good.
dope.
Yeah.
So good.
Always dope.
That's why I'm really excited for this new James Bond movie. But anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
The new James Bond movie, that is 1917. And moving on to the next trailer, we got Zombieland Double Tap.
Was this something that anybody asked for? I don't think
Who
so.
knows?
Yeah. I forgot.
I welcome it, honestly.
Yeah, it's
Zombieland 1 was great.
I really liked the first one. It was different. Definitely not what I expected. That was kind of at the height, or like right at the beginning of the whole zombie craze.
Yeah, right.
Like it was late, like middle. Oh, it was 10 years ago. So it was 2008, 2009 is when the other one came out. That's like when Walking Dead like started and like
freshman year of high school.
Yeah, zombies were like the thing.
The super big thing.
Zombies are definitely on their way out.
Yes,
for sure.
If not, they've been out for a while.
Yeah, it's not
other than like video games, Call of Duty, zombies.
But for the most part, it's not like the cultural craze longer.
No.
So interested to go back to it. I'm surprised they got everyone back.
Yeah, right.
As the intro said, they're all Academy nominated or winners.
Yeah.
So they've like done bigger and better things. But
they're back to Zombieland.
They all decided to come back, which honestly makes me a little bit more excited for it, and that it won't suck horribly.
Yeah.
If they all agreed to come back.
It seems like they would put a lot of care into this now that we have such big name actors.
Yeah.
And like from the trailer, it seems pretty great.
Some parts I'm like, oh, this is kind of cheesy. And other parts I'm like, I'm all in. So it's like it's kind of hit or miss for me. But hopefully they're just doing that because if you show all the best parts, then it's like, what's the point of seeing it?
Yeah,
that's true.
I feel like trailers have gotten away from that, which I like.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I've seen the whole movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Like The Dog's Way Home. I'll talk about that forever. That trailer shows the entire. It literally shows the dog coming home in the movie. Like in the trailer, the whole thing. It's so stupid. So stupid.
It's like, oh, is he gonna get home? Yes.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
The whole time, yes.
I don't know.
So to go back to something we were discussing, what has replaced zombies in the cultural sphere? Is it superheroes now?
I don't know.
Maybe, I guess.
There's a lot of superhero shows
That
now.
is true. That is.
I would say, superheroes is probably the biggest one.
The whole apocalypse thing is also not as popular as it used to be. It's still definitely around. Because Marvel's now the thing. I guess remakes are now the thing.
Yeah,
like, remakes are the thing. Right
everyone's
now.
doing a remake, a reboot, a sequel, a something. There's not very many original ideas anymore.
There really isn't, which is sad.
That's been going on for years too. Because I remember
Absolutely.
complaining about that in high school when like the reboot of Revenge of the Titans or
it's Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans.
Oh
yeah. So
those were terrible.
Sam Worthington.
They were terrible. Didn't they make like 3 of
what
those?
happened to that guy?
He was another one. He was like him and like
He was
like
an Avatar guy, right?
He was an
Yeah, he
Avatar
was
guy.
big for a
He
minute.
might be in the other Avatars. I'm assuming.
Probably.
He didn't die. So
Yeah.
He didn't die.
But him and like what's the other guy's name? Taylor Kitsch, the John Carter guy.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
they pushed those guys so hard, like in Hollywood, and they had just bombed all their movies except Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Well,
pull back, gotta pull the
Right.
plug. They can no longer be like the
pull the
main
plug.
guys.
We're done.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Oh my god.
Our another trailer is is like a teaser trailer for season 2 of the DC Universe show Titans. Wow! Now that was good.
Timing,
This
ladies
is
and
what we
gentlemen.
worked for.
Timing.
The DC Universe, which I paid for,
No,
is
I did not.
now going to be lumped into the HBO Max Warner Brothers streaming service. So
Ooh.
I paid for it for nothing, kind of, I guess.
No.
But it'll be lumped in probably eventually. They haven't really announced it, but they said that some of those shows will be on there. So I'm assuming eventually they'll just kind of filter all of it in there. But
I
yeah,
see.
the first season I liked
Wow.
most of it.
Really?
I did a review for it on my channel. It was definitely, some parts are a little much. Raven was horrible.
Okay.
I hated her acting, her story, her character, everything. I hated it.
So everything up to like this point, this all happened in the first
Yeah,
season?
I've seen all this stuff. This is all, because then it goes, that was then.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've seen all this stuff. So I don't know why they have this in the trailer. Maybe just to review, but
Just to be like, hey, it's not as bad as you thought it was
Yeah.
the first time.
because the first trailer had like the "fuck Batman" line. And you're
Yeah.
like, what the hell is going on? In context,
And, like,
it
this
worked
seems
a
like-
little bit better.
Just this trailer seems like a complete tonal
Yes,
shift.
they definitely looks like they kind of learned from their mistakes. Redesigned for Raven.
Yeah.
They've added a bunch of really cool characters. Aqualad, Donna Troy is going to play more of a role. Hawk and Dove are back, which are two of my favorite characters from season 1.
It looks a lot like a CW DC show.
It
Yeah.
is, except it's rated R.
There you
Oh,
go.
They
Okay.
can swear, and there's a lot of blood.
But other than that, it looks very much like that.
Very campy, yes. It's very
Yeah.
campy. And now we have Deathstroke,
Yeah.
who was teased at the end of season 1, so he will now be the main villain of season 2.
What is? I never understood what Deathstroke has against the Teen Titans. I feel like he's like a caliber of villain that should not be worrying about a bunch of
No.
kids.
Yeah.
He's
not.
like so powerful. Like, yeah,
I don't know what
but-
his issue is, but
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I liked it overall. It wasn't the best, but it looks like they're doing some things cool
Yeah.
in season 2, so I'm excited for it.
So
knows?
which Robin is the Robin in the show?
Dick Grayson. So I'm
Really?
assuming
What?
eventually he'll become
Nightwing.
Nightwing. I would hopefully.
Ah.
What happened to Tim Drake? Is he even in the show?
He's not in the show.
Oh,
No Tim
It's just
Drake.
him and Jason Todd
okay.
as of now.
Who's in a wheelchair? He's that kid in the wheelchair.
Yeah, in the first season, he got like beat up pretty bad.
Oh no.
But he.
It's better than what happens to him in the comics.
So
Yeah.
true. Yeah, so he's the worst. But
Yeah.
yeah, they
Just
have
the
Dick Grayson. I really liked Robin in the show, so
Okay.
Well, neat.
the classic one. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Nito Kabito.
we have a little
Yeah.
video game trailer
Yeah.
this time, not a movie trailer. Kind of
Yeah,
switching
wow.
it up a little bit.
little just a little one, not too much. We
Yeah.
got the I think it was, let's see, it was August 7th. So that's today. So it came out today. But not when
Hooray.
you're watching this. This is probably 2 days from now. But a new Pokemon Sword and Shield trailer dropped.
Some new info.
We got some new Pokemon, the team, like some new rivals.
New Pokemon is in. Oh, I guess there is an actual new
forms.
one.
A couple of them are new forms. So we got Bong Weezing,
Yeah.
who I'm assuming is supposed to be like Smokestacks because it's
Some people have said
England.
Doug Dimmadome.
Oh, he's Poison Fairy though.
Yeah,
That's
Poison
good
Fairy.
typing.
And then we got Galarian Zigzagoon, and he has like a whole evolutionary type. Like
They've added
he has
a
like
third
they have
one.
he has a new third evolution. That people are saying is like basically Gene Simmons.
from.
By
With the
by
bla-
people, we
with-
mean Brad.
Well, I don't know.
I did see it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Before-
Okay.
I did not
Twitter.
make it. It's
Okay.
just
People.
Twitter showed it to me
Hence
first.
the black
I
and
got
the
you.
white and the tongue and
The X on the back.
the X and
Yeah.
the singing, sort of right there.
Is Gene Simmons English? I thought
Mm-hmm.
he was American.
Then we got another Pikachu ripoff. Of
Little
course,
hamster ball. I like that.
He's a little hamster boy.
Morphico.
More Pico. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm hungry now, so I'm angry."
Oh, yeah, more Pico.
A hangry mode. So are you feeding your Pokemon? I don't get.
It
what's
might just
going
be
on
like
there.
a Pokemon specific gimmick. I don't think it's
Gotcha.
like nothing that game changing with fucking Game Freak over there.
Yeah.
BD.
I really don't know if I should be excited for this or not. I mean, I'll definitely get it,
Yeah.
but
I'm like kind of just. I'm not excited for it, but I'm not like not excited for it. Like I'm just kind of like, cool, new Pokemon. I'm down.
new Team Rocket's about as dumb as they can get.
Yeah, like Team Yell. I think because that's you're like one of your rivals who's probably gonna be the champion at the end, and like the Team Yell
It's like
are like it's like their fan base.
Oh.
So they, like, It says that
So they're not really Team Rocket.
No.
No,
They're just like
they're supposed to they're like paid to be in your way and like get her to the top and like fuck you up and shit. But I don't know. Who knows? Sword and Shield more so that it's weird that they're doing because like Weezing is still a Generation 1 Pokemon.
Yeah.
They've only done like the alternate forms for Gen 1, but now they're like Zigzagoon Gen 3. So I'm wondering how far they're like pushing that with Galarian forms.
Who knows, man?
A lot of forms.
I'm not getting too excited because
of
honestly, like I feel Game Freak is just doing the bare minimum.
I just want Aegislash to be in it. That could definitely have a Galarian
You would think,
form.
but they didn't put Soul Rock and Lunatone in Sun and Moon.
That's true.
So they
Or-
could very easily just not.
They could do Golurk as a suit of armor. That would be cool.
Yeah,
I
I did see Golurk in one of the trailers, so he's in
Okay.
it. But yeah, Pokemon comes out November.
Coming
Cool.
to you soon.
Sort of.
Coming to
Yeah, a couple months, not that
dusty
much.
road.
All right. Well then, yeah, I guess we're moving into our dilemma of the week,
It is.
Hooray.
which is kind of dark, just a little bit.
But it had us talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had us talking.
Yeah.
We were briefly talking about the asteroid that missed us, but that no one knew about.
Yep.
And
was
how
fun.
no one was told about this.
Luckily, it missed. If we
Luckily
didn't
it
all
missed.
die, fiery deaths,
That would have been hard.
fiery instant deaths that we would not see coming.
True. And then there's another movie coming out called The Farewell, and I will just do a brief overview. It's about Chinese culture and how they respect the family, and they don't like to tell when someone is going to pass, whether it be a terminal disease or if the doctors know. They kind of just like to live their life, and then when it happens, it happens.
You know.
And then we were kind of saying, that might be messed up, but it might
Yeah.
not be. So I don't know. We were going to talk about this dilemma, and should you tell a loved one, or would you like to be told by a loved one if you knew that you possibly only had a certain amount of life left to live?
TLDR, would you like to know your death day?
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't know. My stance is that it depends entirely on what kind of death we're talking about.
Okay.
Okay.
In terms of a giant asteroid, just let it blow me up. I don't care. It's just gonna come.
You won't
out
have time to care.
Actually, let me think about it. I think let me reverse that stance. In terms of giant asteroid, I'd want to watch. I think because that's like a once in a millions
life, I
of
would
years.
say.
Yeah, I was
Some
gonna
would
say
say
millions
once in a
of
life.
years. It took the dinosaurs out
Yeah.
hundreds of millions of years ago. So I mean, I could see it being an event that I come to terms with because, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's gonna hit the Earth, so just watch it happen. Because I love space stuff. I loved looking at the blood moon and the solar eclipse and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Those are cool.
So yeah, I can feel like the asteroid might be exciting in a way, but if I was terminally ill, I think I would prefer not knowing because all I'm gonna do with the time left is just be fucking worried about it.
Yeah.
I think.
That's my main thing.
Yeah, so I think I would rather just continue to live my life and just die one day unexpectedly to me rather than know that you've got 3 months to live, get your affairs in order, and then it's just 3 months of being miserable waiting to die.
Yeah. Right.
So
It's just that one thing could like change the entire way you like go about your day and like how you spend your time, which like could be a good thing. Like if you're just like sitting around not doing anything with life, and it's like you're gonna die in a month, and it's like shit. I still need to do things, so you get on a plane and like do all this other shit. That'd be cool.
That's the thing. I don't have money to get on a plane, so I'm
Yeah,
just
well,
gonna
like
be
just take out a
miserable.
bunch of loans and you'll be dead anyway.
Wow,
That's
really
how-
See?
that's how
You
it
just think
works.
it like that.
Yeah.
That probably wouldn't work.
Yeah, so I mean, you got no guarantees in life. Like a gas line under this house could blow up right
Yeah.
now, and we'd all just be dead. And would you want to know that that's gonna happen, and you're fated to have that, and be sitting here waiting?
I don't want to know unless I can prevent it.
Okay.
If
Okay,
I can
that's a good
prevent
point.
it in some way, but with some change in my life, then yes, I would like to know if something's gonna happen to me.
Like knowing that you're allergic to soy.
Yeah.
Yeah, or quitting smoking.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that was killing you.
It was.
Literally.
So, literally. But, yeah, so it's like because once you know that, it's like the same thing if there was a fortune teller and they like told you the day you were gonna die, like would you want to know that information even if it was like 45 years away?
No.
Like just like well, okay, like it wouldn't initially like phase you, but as you like came closer and closer to that day, you would just like freak yourself out.
Yeah,
And
I'm
not
terrified of
live.
death, so
Yeah, most people are.
I do get the points.
yeah. But
I get the points.
All right, Brad.
And I can see like, it'd just be cool to live it, and it wouldn't alter my life in any way. However,
Fuck y'all.
no, because I get it. I get the point, but I feel like I would want to know.
okay.
Again, would it alter your life? Probably, because you
Oh,
live
wow.
it differently.
Much different.
However, I would like to know, how much time I have, like see the people that I want to see. I like to actually like say goodbye to people, given the chance. Because if I didn't know and then I didn't have a chance, you'd be like, darn, I missed my chance. I'd be dead. But still, I'd be
dead.
like, damn, I missed my chance.
From the grave.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't know. I just like you'd look at life a different way and like maybe reflect on like things
That's true.
like the more positive things, more positive outlook in life. Hopefully, depending on what situation you're going through, you could be living a miserable.
Yeah.
Like it could be
Right.
a horrible. Again, depending on what you're going through. But yeah, just like being able to kind of go out the way you want to go out. And do the things you want to do, even if you don't have the means to money-wise, and you can still spend it with people you would want to, and do some things that maybe you never got around to do before, and that way just make sure that you went out peacefully and on your own terms, and you can resolve anything that you hadn't in the past. I don't know, just something that
Some good points.
Yeah, it's true. Plus, I mean, you could stage your own death, which would be really funny, because if you know when it's going to happen,
gotcha.
you can, like...
You can just die like a couple of years before you're actually supposed to die.
No, what I'm saying is that if you know exactly when you're going to die, with some magical power, then you can, like, set it up in any kind of funny way. So you can, like, strip down to just your boxers, have, like... that whole, like, bunch of melted ice and, like, a stuffed antelope and, like, just a bunch of stuff that makes no sense. So then people walk in, they're like, what the fuck happened here? Like,
This guy was crazy.
went out like a legend.
Yeah.
But,
Or
yeah.
you just like stage your own death like a couple of years before it's supposed to happen,
And then
and just become a hermit.
Yeah, live out
Yeah.
your life on the DL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could just, it kind of sounds
If you wanna
morbid,
be
but
lonely.
you could kill yourself.
That's true.
Before, like in the way you want, like just like, no, just inject me and get it over with. I know it's going to happen. I've done what I want.
Yeah,
I'm not,
that's true.
I'm
I
not-
mean, like, part of me thinks, like, if I was terminal, I'd be like, you know what? Can we just, like...
speed this up.
Can we get, like, something to catch and clean up my body after I jump off a building? Because that'd be pretty fun.
Okay,
deal.
well, let's...
That would be horrible.
It would be
all right,
bad.
we're transitioning. This is a good
that is
tangent.
my like worst fear
But-
of dying is jumping off
It would,
something.
it would be a good rush.
No, I'd be terrified
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole time.
Yeah, no.
That would be. And then again,
Just like-
midsummer.
Just Pete,
Oh, yeah, he hasn't seen it.
I've
Oh,
seen
you
Midsummer,
did?
yeah.
We've all
Oh,
seen it.
We've all
all
seen
seen
it,
it.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's my fear in Midsummer is the guy
just don't
pencil dies.
jackknife it, yeah.
Pencil
I
dies
would do that.
and just shatters everything, but it's
Why would you
still
do that?
alive.
He's just stupid.
So dumb. But
Yeah.
still,
Go head first.
Spoiler alerts for Midsummer. Not really, but
Yeah.
kind of. But like,
It's a
that's my
small
biggest
part.
fear, that you just feel everything and you're still alive.
It's not quick is the thing.
No.
Like, you would be cognizant of it the entire time you're falling.
Well,
which gives
falling.
you a lot of time to, like, regret it.
Yeah, I've made a mistake.
Yeah, and then you're powerless to stop it. I don't think jumping off anything. I don't think suffocating anything.
I don't know.
No.
No, that sounds terrible. Suffocating?
Yeah.
Drowning? Anything like that.
Well, and also, I mean, you mentioned injection, and that stuff, like, is apparently incredibly
I guess painful,
painful.
yeah.
Like, according to the John Oliver episode I saw,
Yeah.
like, apparently it feels like your veins are being set on fire, but you
Yeah.
also can't move.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, so,
That sounds awful.
yeah. I really hope that, because I have, like, helped put down one of my dogs, and as soon as I saw that episode, I was like, I really hope that's not what we do to dogs too. I felt so
Yeah,
horrible.
Right.
But in terms of like offing oneself, because it's an interesting tangent, I think you gotta go classic gun. I think you
have
want it
to.
to be really quick.
Quick.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Quick and instant.
Yeah.
We
I'm
do
medicated for this stuff, so I mean,
By the way, we do not
Condone.
we're not
anything
supporting
for this.
suicide.
If you
in
have
any way.
thoughts of suicide,
Please talk
contact
to
a suicide hotline prevention, something like that.
Yes.
You are valued. You are loved.
Yes, absolutely. But anyway.
Just wanted to make sure we threw that out there.
Yeah. Cutting the
'Cause
wrist.
it is getting a bit
no.
dark in here.
No, I wouldn't.
We
do
like
that.
it when it gets dark.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that, yeah, a gun would be the only way for me to do it.
Mauled by a grizzly? No.
That is
by
an
a
interesting
grizzly.
way to commit suicide. Just find a bear and be like, let's
Let's
do
get
it.
Let's get it over with, bub.
What if you won though, and you're just like,
Oh, it's
fuck.
a win-win situation if you're suicidal, because either the bear kills you and that's what you wanted, or you took out a grizzly with
And
your
then
bare
go-
hands.
And then you're like, I can live.
yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I just took out a bear. I can do anything.
Seriously, though.
Yeah. Good stuff.
There's a good uplifting note to end on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables that go into it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Death
I
is
guess
scary.
Death
it
is
comes
scary,
down to-
but it will happen to all of us one day.
That is true. It is inevitable.
I have another quick
Just like
tangent.
Thanos.
Just like
Yeah,
Thanos.
Exactly. I think that are you two also afeared of death?
Afeared?
I like to say it like that sometimes.
I
Sue
would
me.
say yes.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. I mean, wouldn't yeah? It's just kind of
I
like
don't know.
a natural.
Some people aren't. Like some people are like, when it's my time to go, it's my time to go. So
I don't know.
The only thing that it's just what's at like it's like what it's just like not the actual it happening. It's just like then
yeah,
it's
you
just
can't
the-
conceive of.
yeah
Of what
whatever,
happens
like,
after.
Just like it's just what
Yeah, and
Nobody
it's
knows.
like, yeah, I'm not religious, so I can't take comfort in that. And then people are
Yeah.
like, "Well, you don't remember what it was like before you were born." I'm like, "Yeah, that's terrifying because I know what it's like now
Yeah.
to be born." So I don't want to go back to the other thing.
yeah super weird.
Oh, I get down this hole, man. Where
Me
now,
too. I'm
Yeah.
Your mind's are just like
Yeah.
my mind hurts.
Where because I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't get away from it. It's going to happen one day. Like
Sometimes
there's no avoiding it.
Yeah, I've been down.
I
those.
just try to not think about it too much.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's my solution to most things.
It's tough because like I don't know. Every once in a while, I'm thinking like I got the 5-year plan where I'm gonna like pay off my loans and then probably move back out west or something like that. And I'm definitely a big planner, but then every once in a while, my mind just goes like, you could die tomorrow and all of this is worthless. And I go, ah, shit.
Well,
You're
that's
right.
a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no guarantees in life.
Nope.
No, it's not.
Just gotta take what you got.
And make the best of it.
Yeah.
When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade.
Or you die.
Or you die. Make
One or the
lemonades
other.
or death.
There's no middle ground.
All right. Wow, that was a fun little
Yeah, a little
dark
rough.
little delve down to death. I'm starting to think of another D.
I know you were going for the alliteration, but it just all fell apart.
What's a I was gonna say pit, but like what's a D word for pit?
I was saying dome, but that's the exact opposite.
Divot.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Uh,
Death
divot.
divot.
Ditch.
There,
Yeah,
ditch.
ditch.
Ditch would have worked too. Well,
Wow.
we're past it.
Den.
Moving on.
A couple life anecdotes. We kind of each picked one. We'll kind of just do a little short, not just
a little
rant or tangent about things that are happening in our lives, and just kind of venting a little bit, I guess.
A little sneak peek into the lives we lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've done them already. So I mean, you two fire in, and then I'll go later.
I'll start, I guess. All right. So my little life anecdote is this is my little section of how to make the people serving your food not hate you.
Okay.
So I work at a pizza place, undisclosed to what it actually is, and there's there's just a bunch of stupid people. There's a bunch of really dumb customers. Sometimes, many times, it's just kind of a thing. People are dumb.
Yep.
So, how to make the people serving your food not hate you?
Ooh.
Be very clear with your orders and make sure that you know what you're ordering.
Yeah.
Seems simple.
Seems simple, but a lot of people don't get it. I've had many people come into our place thinking we were Chipotle because we're right next door to Chipotle. I don't understand
Look at the sign.
Yep, it's amazing. They'll get all the way up to the line and they'll be like, "Wait, this isn't Chipotle."
You tricked me.
I honestly, the next time somebody asked me, because somebody asked me, they got to the line, started talking to me, and they were like, "Can I have 3 tacos?" And I was like, I think you're in the wrong place, but I should have just grabbed like 3 little mini pizza things and just like started making like little tacos. But yeah, know where you're at. Just
that is such a specific problem.
It is.
I can't imagine that happens at other restaurants super often.
Not many.
You're telling me.
I don't know. It's just this is my
I
life.
can't get a steak burrito up in here. Where's your manager?
Not at the pizza place. Not at the pizza place.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a fun thing I deal with. Another thing, which has escaped me. Clean up if you go to a restaurant where there are like places you put your plates and your garbage. Clean up after yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take your plates.
Common courtesy.
Put them in the plate thing. Take your garbage. Put it in the garbage. It's not that hard.
Yeah, but Nick, I'm busy. I lead
Of course you are.
a fast-paced life. I gotta go home. And I gotta watch season 3 of New Girl. I got a jacket, and I gotta go to sleep at 8:30. So
Well,
I don't have time to move the plate.
Or I got kids. And
God
they're running
forbid.
around.
Oh,
Yeah.
God
And
forbid.
I got to get them in the car seat.
Also,
and I don't got time for this shit.
that segues into my next point.
Oh.
If you have kids,
Don't bring in kids.
and you bring them to a public restaurant place of whatever, watch them for
Oh
the
my
love
God.
of
Oh,
God.
yeah,
Well,
that's fair.
I could
Watch
go
your
on, I could go on
children.
a tangent on this about my work, but
Just watch them. They're going everywhere. They're flying everywhere. They're jumping on shit.
Really?
They're trying to draw on shit with the markers we give them for the stickers, and
What?
it's amazing.
it's crazy.
Just
Wow.
watch your kids, people.
Yeah, I
you got
want
kids,
A
watch
hard
it.
second from me on that one.
Watch
Yeah.
your kids.
Train them better.
Train them better.
Do better as a parent.
Do better parenting.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm pretty sure there's more, but
Those are 3 solid points.
Yeah.
Just to be a better
one was a
person.
bit specific, but the other 2 make sense.
When I was at the other
Fair.
day, like, there was a woman ahead of me that took literally like 5 minutes to make her pizza. It was unfucking believable. She asked what every single fucking thing was, and then what she ended up with was quite frankly an abomination. Like,
A lot of people will put way too much shit on their pizza.
oh no,
Like-
it wasn't too much. It was just all the wrong stuff.
Like what?
It was the pizza crust, which
Yes.
was the gluten-free option, not the cauliflower option, because
which is already a mistake.
that already took us
The
5 minutes to figure out that. Okay.
Well, the cauliflower is not gluten free.
Well, yeah, we had to
There's
find
cheese
that
in it.
out. Okay. Does cheese have gluten? I thought gluten was just from wheat. Like, okay, this is a quick tangent. There's all this, like, bullshit. Like, I went to Jewel the other day to buy lunch meat, and they're like, our turkeys are now gluten-free. I'm like, bitch, turkey has literally never had gluten in it. Gluten is a byproduct of wheat. Like,
why is there gluten in my turkey?
Yeah, it's just like a buzzword now that people, like, look for. But anyway, this lady ended up no red sauce, pesto base, okay?
Intrigue.
I can tolerate that maybe. Okay,
it's pretty good.
It's a soft maybe.
Yeah, it's a soft maybe.
The pesto's good.
Double the normal amount of mozzarella cheese you guys put on there. I'm not a cheese fan, so that kind of turned me off a little bit.
All right.
Then gorgonzola.
Oh God!
A huge handful. Yeah, a huge handful of fucking blue cheese.
It's gross.
On a pesto pizza. Then artichokes and olives. Yeah.
Did you want a pizza in the first place? What were you doing?
What are you making, woman?
What are you in the mood for here? I don't know what you're trying to accomplish.
And she has
that's not even like the worst pizza I've even heard of.
Oh my God.
There's so many. Like
that is brutal.
Some people ask.
Just go get a salad.
I had today. It was for a kid. It was like for a kid, but he had a mini, and it was just the red sauce, no cheese, nothing else. Just the red sauce.
Doesn't they just dry the sauce out?
Yeah, it's just gross. And I'm like, what? I'm like, okay.
Fuck you, kid. This is gross.
We'll put it in the I'm like, you sure you don't want any like anything on here? Maybe some like meat or like something else in this? And they're like, nope, just the sauce. I'm like,
okay.
Here you go. And the cook's like, what is this? Like, just make it.
Oh my God.
He's like, how do I tell when this is done? I'm like, you'll know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So treat your restaurant workers with respect is what I'm taking away from it.
Yes, you should.
Just
they go through a lot.
Just
of
work
shit.
work in food service, and then you'll understand.
I think
the people that are the dicks I know are the people who have never worked in food service.
Yes. I think everyone should have to work in food service or retail for like 3 months, just
one
as
of
like
the two.
little boot
The
camp.
two are just customer service.
Yeah,
like face-to-face customer service in general.
Yeah,
very true.
Just dealing with people, but like having to be
very
like
calm,
contained, and like within a certain company's policies.
Yeah, when I worked at Chipotle in college, I can't tell you how many people came in looking for pizza. All the damn time.
Really?
No.
I don't know. Well, it's like a thing. I don't know why.
Yeah,
like,
that's
we're
amazing.
Just, there's like they're in multiple locations. There's just Chipotle's
Give
next
me a
door.
Stuffed crust meat lovers. So this is not a pizza.
Well, I see the dough right there.
Those are telling me this ain't a pizza.
Those are tortillas, sir.
Oh my God! All right, well, that's good.
Right,
now we know. We're all a little more enlightened.
Yeah.
Who's next on the life anecdote?
I'll
train?
jump in on this. I might change mine I might pivot mine a little bit from what I originally was going to talk about. Only because you're talking about the kids part, which I might go on a tangent about my work.
Okay.
He did his work. I do my work. I work in a chiropractic / physical therapy clinic where we do, sports rehabilitation, post-surgical stuff, all that kind of good old junk.
All that good junk.
Yeah, rehab stuff, basically. Exercising, all that things.
Oh,
But I get it. People are busy. Mm-hmm. They got things to do, so you got to bring your kids in. You're not there for that long, so why would you get a babysitter? You're only there for like a half hour or maybe an hour tops, Yeah. So some of these parents very good at like keeping their kids. Some have very well behaved kids. Stay in this chair. I'll be in this room. I'll come back out. Perfect.
Good.
Some of them
play your Game Boy.
Literally just let the kids run, and they come in the back and just assume that we'll watch them for them.
Ooh.
But at times when it's dead and there's not that many people there, it's not that big of a deal because we can. And we're like, but also it's like there's exercise equipment everywhere, so kids just think it's a jungle gym.
Of course.
So there's like all these like exercise balls and like weighted balls and like little
child death traps.
Blocks. Yeah, there are definitely death traps. There's like little stepping blocks
little
and
children
like
death traps.
Exercise bands and like tools and all this kind of stuff that like is very reachable for children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't think there's supposed to be kids there, it shouldn't be like child proof. So but when it's busy and we have like 1 or 2 people each, like we're like running around trying to like do all that stuff, and then there's kids in there like taking the equipment or like trying to make obstacle courses with all like the like materials and like the balls and like jumping over shit. Like what is happening? And the parents won't say anything. They're like,
hate that.
Are they behaving back there? And that's all we'll get. We're like, no, like,
please help.
Like one time,
they're terrible.
And then sometimes like they don't, when they have to leave, like and then they throw a tantrum. And there's other people like trying to just do their therapy, and like go about their day. And there's kids like screaming. And one time, our boss literally was like trying to like corral this kid because his like mom's like, we gotta go, and she's like, no, and he's like going around. And, like we had to surround this kid into a corner. This is not our child. And we're like trying to like get him to like, you gotta go to your mom, and he's like, no, he's like trying to like, it was incredible. And we're trying to work with like actual patients back here, and you're just letting your kids run amok back here. It's incredible.
Wow.
The lack of parenting and like discipline some of these kids have, it's horrible.
That is incredible.
It's so bad.
That is way worse than my
like there's like people like, and sometimes like we have like exercise tables like where they're lifted off the ground. So like, but then when we only have a certain amount, so when those are full, then we have like mats on the ground for like people that do exercise on the ground. So like these kids are like whipping balls or like throwing stuff, and like sometimes they hit other patients. And it's like, what are you doing? Like we can't. And like I'm trying not to like discipline this child. I have no place in doing so, but also like please stop.
Yeah.
Like
the fuck.
And like some of the parents think it's like cute and like, oh, he's just playing. You guys are so good with kids. This isn't a goddamn daycare.
Yeah, really.
I'm trying to do my job back here. Please, ma'am, can you take your child?
That's insane.
And again, some of them are, that's not every child. Some of them are super good. Most of them just get iPads and they sit there zombified for the whole time. But some of them, it is incredible the amount of times there's like, all right, go play with the people back there. It's like, no, you're not paying for daycare. This is not a safe space for them to do it. They can definitely get injured with all these like weighted equipment and all this stuff. Like, I don't know.
I think it goes back to what we were talking about last time about wanting to have kids, where you said like if you're not sure you want to have kids, then don't. You know, these are the people who are like,
don't do it.
They had kids and they're just like, I don't really know what to do. I'm not really too interested in it, so I'm just gonna lug this little thing around for a while and see how it turns out. Yeah. I
don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's like a fine line parents walk, because like sometimes like parents get a bad rap. Like if you have to travel somewhere and you bring your 2-year-old on the plane and the 2-year-old cries, that sucks. But people who go after the parents in that situation are assholes because the parent has to do it, and it's just the normal response for the kid.
There's no way they can't get around it.
Yeah, exactly. And then but if you're letting your kid run completely amok and you're not disciplining them or like directing them or anything like that, you're just kind of a piece of shit. Like,
when it comes down to
it, you're just letting them do whatever. Like there's a certain way people need to like act in public, basically, you know.
Yeah.
And you need to teach your kids that.
Yeah. I wonder like how I was like such a like demure kid. I don't know how these kids turn out. Do they get better with time? Do they get worse?
Probably worse.
Are they the people who buy those really specific T-shirts off Facebook one day? Like,
they have to be, right?
Someone buys them.
I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know either.
It's pretty wild. I don't know. That's crazy.
Fucking kids, man.
Kids just making life tough. And now, if your kid's making life too tough,
you can fucking choke slam them.
That is not what we learn in the self-defense thing at all. That's aggression. But, as the past 3 days, I have been going through the QBS Safety Care Trainer Training. It's a mouthful.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Which is not
choke slamming
children.
No.
Quite the opposite.
But it is a way to manage aggressive behaviors both in adults and in children.
Hey, there you go.
So I can't teach you guys legally because I can only teach the organization that paid for it. But I could like slip you some tips on the down low if a kid ever comes at you.
Comes at you.
Guns a-blazing.
So like for the past like 3 days I've been learning ways to, if people are getting pissed off, how to like de-escalate the situation before it turns violent. The whole first day is ways to de-escalate. So like things that you can like prompt them to do certain things. You can like reinforce when they're on good behavior instead of bad behavior, stuff like that. Things to like redirect them when they're getting pissed off. And it's helpful tricks that you can use in your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Just manipulating people. I do it with like my parents all the time when they're getting mad at me. And that's kind of like what I went to grad school for. But then day 2 is all like, you didn't de-escalate them. You have fucked up. Now they're trying to hurt you. What do you do? So it starts with something as basic as an elbow check where you walk up to them, put a little cupped hand on their elbow so they can't go like, bam! And you like talk to them like this, you know? Important note, when you're doing the elbow check or any putting your hands on them in most capacities, you keep all your fingers tucked in like a little queen's wave, because if they're separated, they can get them. And like one of the trainers was saying that they had someone who put their hands up like this to defend themselves, and the person grabbed their thumbs and broke them both. Just, yep. So, yeah. So you got to be careful. Lordy. And then it escalates to like, I was practicing with my mom last night because I had to go through these tests. It was escalating to like, you have to shuffle around with your hands up, and you got to slide your feet so you don't trip on anything. And you can actually get moving, like sliding backwards. Like you can really like pick up some speed, so it's really fun to do. And then it goes all the way into like full on like holds. So now I know how to shuffle around a person, block them from hitting me, swoop their arm around, grab it, put them into a restraint. If I need to, get a second person in there to put them into like a double restraint. Then swing their arms around, get them backwards, and walk them to where I need them to go. Put them in a chair, restrain them in the chair. I can do all that.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's crazy stuff.
Yeah. It's pretty nifty.
Yeah.
It's helpful. But my company, like, the goal is obviously not to do restraints. So
yeah.
Well,
yeah. We
it's
try
just,
to.
Those are there just in
case.
Last resort.
Yeah. Last resort for sure. But I mean, like.
Papa Roach.
Oh. Is that the like right tune? I don't think that was right.
Might cut my life into pieces.
Yeah.
This is my last resort. Right?
I don't know. It doesn't sound right to me for some reason. I know what song you're talking about, but
I'm pretty sure that's it.
I think you're right.
Okay.
Anyway,
I mean, but some pretty scary shit happened at my company, happens at my company, even though I spent 3 days learning how to train this stuff, I still don't know how to get out of certain situations. So, for example, a client last week, not yesterday, got someone into a headlock.
Ooh.
No one helped her because everyone's scared of this particular client because he's massive and strong.
Yeah.
And she just had to not die for 5 minutes until the police got there. And she had, like, damage to her neck and, like, it was traumatized by the incident and all that stuff.
Jeez.
Yeah. Because there was just this big dude just scooped her up, headlock, held her. Everyone else was terrified. They called the cops and they just kind of stood there with their mouths open, and she's, like, struggling. So, hot tip, pointed at the mic, you can't see that. If you're ever getting choked from, like, I can get out of a choke if you're choking me from the front. It's pretty cool. You go like this, and you swing, and you smash their arm over their other arm, and you get the fuck out of there.
Nice.
But if they're choking you from behind, or, like, they're pulling your shirt, or they got, like, a cord around your neck, like, you're kind of fucked, because that's really hard to get out of. So what you got to do is you got to get the cord, or you got to get into their arm or something. You might have to, like, gouge your own neck to do it. And you got to open as little space as you can, and you got to tuck your chin down as close to your neck as you can to keep your airway open, and then you got to not die until someone can help you.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So a lot of learning how to not die and how to not get hurt, or how to get hurt in less intense ways. Like, okay, for example, if you get your hair pulled, what do you think is the biggest concern when someone's got your hair and is pulling your hair? Anyone?
Your scalp?
Any guesses, Bradley?
I don't know.
It's your neck.
Well, yeah,
Because if
twist
they're like
yeah.
yanking your head around, you
Interesting.
can really fuck up your neck.
Yeah.
True.
So the first thing they teach you when you're getting your hair pulled is you take their arm and you brace it against your head as hard as you can. So when they're pulling you, your whole body kind of goes instead of
Okay.
just your neck.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you can lose hair and scalp, and that's going to suck. But it's better than having your neck broken.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Interesting.
yeah.
Didn't think about that.
Yeah. So if a kid ever comes at you and I guess kids like to bite. If a kid ever bites you, okay, last hot tip. If a kid bites you, your instinct's going to be to pull away from that bite because it hurts. And that's just going to rip a big old chunk of your flesh out. And it's not going to be good. So what you actually do is you take the back of their head, you push it into where they're biting. So you kind of you get to vent your frustration.
Yeah.
You go like, ah! And you push into their mouth, and that's going to open their mouth wider, and then you pull it out. Yeah. You got to feed the bite. But
I get you.
yeah.
Nice.
All kinds of tricks.
That's cool.
Yeah, so if people attack you, come find me. And I will not be able to help you because you don't work for my company.
I could have.
I can, again, slide you some tips on the DL.
All good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
All work related, I just realized.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I kind of pivoted.
There's our life anecdotes.
So I was like, I should
Work anecdotes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
cool
there we
stuff.
go.
All right, well, Bradley, you want to take us home?
Let's do it. The last segment of the podcast, and it is This Day in Gaming History.
Oh, love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good stuff.
August 9th, obviously. Let's go. Let's start low. Let's start
low.
low.
Yeah.
1995. Nick, take it away.
Yeah, we don't know what this is.
So, August 9th, 1995 is when the BS Zelda no Densetsu
There you go.
came out in Japan. So this was a sort of a remake of A Link to the Past. It was just like a different version of A Link to the Past that was on the Famicom broadcast system that was only in Japan, which is like a Super NES. It was sort of like a streaming thing where you would like tune in to a specific time to like play a specific thing, and like I think they had like a specific Mario BS game but this was the Zelda one, which is basically just A Link to the Past. You had like an hour-long time limit, and you had like these boy-girl, like generic boy-girl avatars instead of playing as Link.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, it was a very weird. I forget the exact other differences between it, but it was just like a weird piece of Zelda history that's just kind of like you just play as a random boy and girl, and it's like you can't really play it anymore because it's lost on this broadcasting system.
Well, I don't get how it worked because it couldn't have been like a video game streaming thing because that's only been around for like
I think
a few years now.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how it worked, but it's like it had to have worked through like the phone line. Like it was like a broadcast.
This might,
or like a TV cable something.
This might be a dumb question, but was home internet like a regular thing in 1995?
I'd say so.
I don't think we had.
That's like
internet.
the very early days of the internet.
I don't know. Yeah, it would have been really early.
Because anything pre-Windows 98, I'm skeptical.
It's Windows 95. So
okay.
I mean, like, you know.
That's an operating system. That has nothing to do with the internet whatsoever.
I suppose that you're completely right. I don't know. I would assume
We're just saying programs. It's Word 2010.
So yeah, I don't know how it works. Look it up. There's probably something about it somewhere in the internet.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's a very interesting piece of Zelda history.
Makes me want to learn more.
And no, the BS doesn't stand for bullshit.
It kind of sounds like it, though.
It sure does.
It does
But it's
made up.
broadcast system.
And then the same date,
Of
August
course.
9th, 2016, pretty recently, we have the massive letdown of No Man's Sky.
Oh, yeah.
Massive letdown indeed.
The perfect example of when a dev promises too much and then can't deliver.
Yeah.
I was super pumped for that game.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, like, now, like, I think everyone was super pumped for it, but now looking back, the promises they were making, there's no way they could have fulfilled them. They were literally talking about making a galaxy
Yeah.
in a video, like a living galaxy in a video game, like, and having it. I mean, just the space alone and having it so players barely ever bump into each other.
Yeah.
And then, like, there was supposed to be some big secret thing at the middle of the galaxy that was going to be some kind of player event.
No, it just turned into the boring ending of the game. Apparently, you just go. I think you just go to the middle and then like that's it. Like there's like no like really. I don't know how it is now, but the game has gotten a lot better. Is what I've heard. I picked it up a couple of months ago now. I got it on the PS4 because I believe it's coming out soon. Here is the Beyond update to No Man's Sky, which includes VR.
Ooh, possibly see it on PSVR.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I didn't even think about that. That'd be fun.
That's why I thought you got
it. That'd be fun. But yeah, it's fun. I played a little bit of it not in VR, but like it's very simple. You know, you get in your ship, you find materials to build shit, and then you do it all over again.
You see some weird critters along the way.
Weird critters.
Procedurally generated critters.
Yeah, it looks a lot better than it did.
Well, that's good.
And now there's like a third-person camera, and you can go underwater, and you have like a little jetpack. It's neat.
I'm not going underwater on an alien planet.
Well, I think that was like one of the big updates too, as they had underwater.
That's cool. I would never touch that.
But yeah, that's No Man's Sky. And look at that, right at an hour.
Yeah,
we're getting good, guys. We are getting good.
Now at a minute and one, but it's fine.
That's true. It's close enough.
Yeah.
What?
There's a tradition we have that we have to keep alive.
Oh yes, Brad.
Of course.
It's
none other than Jane Lynch.
the legend.
The legend of Jane Lynch.
Nice. All right.
But thanks for hanging out with us for this hour on the Command Center, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
Oh yeah.
See you later. Yeah. I was wondering who was going to make